Hello everybody, my name is Chris and welcome to the Year 9 recap for Rainbow Six Siege. Yesterday I did a recap video for Season 1 of Year 9, Deadly Omen, so this video is specifically for the rest of the year as they shown in the reveal panel. Whether you missed the reveal or wanted to know something that you missed in there, hopefully I can help with that. And just by watching this reveal, this could be a very big year for Siege as a whole, so stay tuned. Now, if you did miss the Year 9 Season 1 recap from yesterday, it's in the top right corner for you to watch. But for a small recap, basically Deimos is the new operator in there, the 1.5x is removed, the locker system is now introduced for cosmetics, and many more that will probably excite you. So starting with Year 9 Season 2, there will now be a Recruit rework, or in their terms, remaster, where now Recruit will be playable with different outfits and also in any playlist as well, so this means that Recruit is finally back in Ranked now, and they can also be customized, as I said, which leads to possible future cosmetics for our Recruit, which is pretty cool. Now along the topic of operators, we are also getting an operator voucher if you have the Battle Pass, so therefore you can spend that on a new operator who you don't own. And although if you're like me and have all the operators, you can turn it in and get a nice bonus of 600 R6 credits. Now moving on, the marketplace will finally go live on there, so you can use your 600 R6 credits on there, and the reputation system will also be fully released in there finally. And whilst we're sticking with reputation and such, there is now restrictions on playlists if you are in a toxic behavior and have been disruptive. They've also made it harder for cheaters as well to jump from accounts, as if you're banned, you can't play the game again on other accounts. And now moving on to the balancing side of this season, the TDM meta apparently is not here to stay, according to the developers.
And I want to make it very clear, Alex was very clear about our player protection. I'm going to make it very clear about this. The TDM meta is not here to stay. This is not how we intend for Siege to be played.
And we'll see about that, hopefully it is true. But alongside that, Fenrir is getting an update finally, as they call it, where his F0 gadget is no longer bulletproof and there's going to be more changes revealed as time goes on. And also Solis is getting updates in two parts, with Year 9 Season 2 being the first part of this, where Solis cannot be used during the prep phase anymore, and the battery and range being reduced significantly. So for Year 9 Season 3, there will be a new operator from Greece finally, and a new weapon developed for them. Now alongside this too, we go into the console side of stuff right now, go into Mousetrap, and you may have noticed it's been a little lackluster since it was introduced. Really the only change that it's gotten in the past few months was adding latency if you're detected by it, but now it's getting some big changes. So in Year 3, if you're detected by it, you will be penalized by the reputation system and will not have access to certain playlists. Now this is only for Season 3, but going into Season 4, there is a bigger change coming, where I'll get into it more as we go on, but if you're caught starting with Season 4, you will only be playing against PC players, which is very, very huge. Now moving away from that for now, the shooting range will now be accessible during matchmaking, with new drone drills being introduced into the map training playlist as well. Now personally, I think it will work similar to that of the other map training modes. Maybe you have to hide your drone in a specific location, but not really sure. Now yesterday I talked about how gadget pre-visualization is coming in Year 9 Season 1 with throwable gadgets such as, grenades, flashbangs, and certain gadgets with operators. But now it will have an update in Year 9 Season 3 where it'll apply to drones now. Now alongside this, badges and career progress will also be made available during this season, in which you can complete challenges and earn achievements and earn badges from them, which you can display on your player card whilst you're loading into a match. If I'm correct, I believe you can show 3 at a time or 4 at a time, so not too bad. And like I said, there is a new career progress screen in the menu now, where you'll be able to see your career statistics like KD, win-loss ratio, hours played, reputation, badges, and player level. And also with this, the after action screen will be getting a rework as well, and as you can see, it's on the screen right now. I really dig this because it shows all the operators after the match is done, and it also shows you, what challenges you have to complete and such. It just looks much simpler and much cleaner in my opinion. Versus AI will also be getting updates in Season 3, with new operators and maps being made available to it. And Dokkaebi and part 2 of the Solis update will be getting updates in the season, with the Solis one being a continuation from Year 8 Season 2. Now unfortunately there was no further details other than Solis getting a quote-unquote deep system change, so maybe it'll change how her device's scan works or how the gadget functions. And the same goes for Dokkaebi. I believe it's going to be something with her gadget, so we'll just have to figure out at the next reveal. Now also coming with Season 3 is the new Siege Cup, which is a tournament-based cup where players can form teams with their friends or other people and compete against others to take home prizes. Now, going into Season 4, live bans will be a thing now, where if somebody gets banned during a match, in your match specifically, the match will be cancelled immediately, and keeping on the topic of toxicity, auto-moderation for chat will now be a thing, of course to prevent people from saying no words to each other. And with this, there will also be more maps added to the training playlist, and a new dynamic matchmaking system as well. Now along with this, I mentioned how in Season 3 there will be penalties for Mousetrap, how if you're caught in Season 4 and beyond, you will now be matched up against PC players. Well, this is leading into something bigger, with the console to PC option for crossplay. Now this may sound bad at first, but there needs to be at least one PC player in your stack to work as it says, and once that's done, you'll only be playing with PC players and other console players in there if they decide to matchmake. So this means that PC players can't play on console servers. That pretty much means console players can only play on PC servers, which is very nice to see as a whole, as it makes it easier for console players to now finally play with their PC friends. Esports have also had some announcements too, with the first major this year being in Manchester in May, which has already been confirmed. The second major though will be in Montreal in November, and then for Six Invitational 2025 it will be in the United States. I'm very happy for that. And in advance, they announced that Six Invitational 2026 will be held in France. So kudos to Ubisoft and Blast for giving us the locations for these very early. I'm very excited for the Six Invitational next year, so got that on my bucket list. And that basically does it for this recap. The devs have stated that their main focus for this year is preventing toxicity and working more on anti-cheat along with communication, game exploits, and security, along with giving us rewards, quality of life changes, and pretty much focusing on feedback from the community, which is really nice to see, and it's something that Siege has really needed, and I'm very hyped for Year 9. You may have noticed that this recap is shorter this time since I already went over the Deadly Omen stuff yesterday, but other than that, I hope this all helped you if you needed a quick recap or a look back on certain things, and if this did help you or help anyone in any way, any form of support is appreciated, and without further ado, I hope you all take care and have a great rest of your day or night.